Alright, tonight's project is a little John Deere tractor that my boss gave me in exchange for some hay. Apparently she smokes a lot by the cylinders, and it was more just me needing to free up space, and I want a little project to work on, so let's see how she goes. I'll admit I did a little bit of work on it already, just to see if it'd turn over, and it does. And I added a little oil in it too, but besides that, I have not done much. Alright, let's pop her hood here. Take a look at this air filter. The fuel in it, I smelled that. It smelled like stain, so that's good. Oh, it's got the delete for extra horsepower. Get that junk out of there. Great for trucks and lawnmowers. Give her a little spritz. Let's see if we got ignition. Is it neutral? That's in neutral. Alright, round two. Not that a choke would really make much sense in this aspect, but oh look, she's even self-cranking. That's convenient. Alright, well then I don't need to worry about holding it. Alright. Yeah, we don't got spark. Well, I hear it picking up in speed. You'd think it'd be the other way around. So I'm guessing everything that was dry is now getting lubricated. Now we're really just breaking in that starter. Alright, I'm turning that off. I lost my spark tester tool, so I'm gonna have to do it the old-fashioned way. Well, here's our plug. And let's see if we're getting spark. It looks like she's running a little bit on the... Oh, I forgot what that meant. Somewhere in that area, sure. I'll call that rich. Still learning my plugs. But when are these not running rich? Regularly I get more in depth and make sure if this one's good or not. And I think, you know, I can make it work, but I already have a bunch of H4Cs over here that, or H10Cs that should work fine and do the trick. Yeah, that looks about the same. And I know, I found out that the spark plugs inside my 82 F350 also work great as well, so. Yep. I'm gonna take this air box off just so I can get at her a little bit better. It's nicer to see what's going on versus just kind of spraying in a hole and hoping it works. I mean, for all I know, there could be a bunch of junk clogged up in there. Yeah, there's a little dirt on the throttle body there. Probably should have cleaned it off, but it is what it is. See that the choke works too. So, just kind of spray it down the app there and see how she goes. I'm not expecting this to inject fuel at all because it's bad, but as long as I can get a pop out of it, then that'll continue to motivate me to keep her going. Give her a spritz. And let's see if it works. Aha. Oh. Looks like we got the involuntary mouse nest delete out of it even, so that's nice. Really look forward to my shop just smelling like old lawnmower, besides the burning motor oil. I'm gonna come over and grab the old Lung Protector 9000 right here. Set it on the lawnmower right here. Oh, no. Well, now I should be able to continue working on it in this enclosed shop. I got a little bit of ventilation there. Mask on because of the forbidden hot box, as you would say. Love this mask. I've painted in this mask for 10 hours straight. Felt totally fine. Works great. Well, next thing I'm going to do here is pull this fuel line off and just make sure she's pulling fuel. I assume this is open right here, but I'd like to verify that when I take this line off. old cruddy fuel sucks at firing, but you'll at least get a misfire here and there, and I don't want to keep bottle feeding it this stuff because that's just not good for the cylinder walls long term. And apparently they're already shot, so what is there to lose, I guess? Well, I was able to verify that this valve does work and fuel does flow out. So instead of sitting and fiddling with this any longer, I'm just going to rip the carb off, take a good look at that needle in that bowl. I bet it's gummed up because I think he said this sat for 2 or 3 years, likely with fuel with ethanol in it. Just going to rebuild it with compressed air and any smallest needle I have. Looks like it's a Briggs & Stratton carb, so I got that going for me. Just pop these nuts off and really get in there. That's nice. I had to be really careful. This plastic, otherwise it was going to break right off. But we got it. I've broken enough stuff. I know what I'm doing. I was able to get the bowl off, and yeah, she's pretty nasty, if I'd say myself. So that's going to need to be cleaned. And I bet you all that junk is just sitting right up in that jet. Well, as you can see, I ponied up and took the carb off, and yeah, there ain't no way that's sucking fuel. I bet you that needle and seat's stuck too. Yeah, she is so stuck in there I can't even pull the float up. The seat is just seized, so ideally just get a new carb, but I'm gonna see if I can bring this one around somehow. I was able to pry it out, but it is just nasty. Like, I don't know how I'm gonna bring this around. Well, upon rebuilding, if you can even call it that, I was cleaning the needle here, and yeah, it just completely broke the top off, but I'll have to order a new carb. There goes $14, oh well. But just for the sake of science, I tried blowing through this with my mouth and nothing came out, but let's hit her with the compressed air and see what happens. Whoa! There you go. Does it work now? Yep. Fully rebuilt, $100. PayPal's in the description. I just remembered I had a junk engine sitting in here where the pump's just junk and the engine ain't worth holding on to because it smokes, but let's see if we can't rat rot this carburetor together and see what happens. Long term, no, but short term, let's just see if it works. Oh, and that's my old Honda trash pump. Apparently it snows in buildings now. Just giving a visual comparison, it looks like these line up actually pretty well, so if it works, it works. Oofta me. After my expert machining job, I was able to bore out the holes so they just work. I am really surprised I didn't hit any internal fuel passages, but I'm real curious to see now how well this is going to line up on this. One thing I did notice is that this PCV breather gets in the way a little bit, but I could just squish it or figure something out. Maybe just seal this up with an O-ring. Well, unfortunately, upon closer analysis, it doesn't quite line up. However, I'm gonna see if I can't just make this work, and I've gone this far, I just want to see it happen. Well, I got the 6.5 horsepower carburetor on the 13 horse engine. I'm sure it'll work. There is no gasket seal there whatsoever, and it's just kind of jerry-rigged on there and cockeyed, but I just want to see it work. This is just for fun. I think if I just get it on there and clamp it hard enough, it'll be fine. And this fuel is obviously guaranteed to work. Well, I have her on and installed, and this was originally controlled by a governor, so when she gives the throttle, she's just going to give all of it, but I don't think we really have to worry about that with this little carburetor, but I'm just curious to see what happens. This is kind of fun. I'm going to see if I can't just jerry-rig this O-ring on here and see if I can't make a good enough seal to promote a vacuum into this massive intake manifold right here. So yeah, I found out here that if I open this choke up at all, it all of a sudden kills it, and I'm guessing that's because it kills the vacuum in here because there's a gnarly vacuum leak here. I could actually feel it when it likes to kind of backfire, and I could feel it on my hand, but I was able to get it to run, and as we could tell in the video there wasn't any smoke, so that's kind of intriguing. But I think I'll get a carburetor ordered for this, but that was kind of fun, just rad-rotting that on there. Maybe that'll be the test carburetor. Alright, battery's properly installed, now let's give it a shot. Alrighty, I got the battery boiler 9000 hooked up, so let's see how she turns over now. Oh, that's a lot better. Well, that seemed like it was dumping a little bit more fuel than it should have, and it was just running high in RPMs, but it could have just been all that residual fuel, so just gonna keep diagnosing it here and see what's up. So when I was throwing this all together, looks like I missed a key important factor, and that is not letting the butterfly in there close all the way. Alright, that's a little better. It actually opens and closes all the way now, and actually clears the air cleaner, or the air fan cover too. The saga of the free 8-bale lawnmower continues. Alright, here goes attempt 375 on trying to get this thing started. Maybe that's just too much choke. Give her just a squinch. Alright. I spent a week fighting this thing. Not consistently, but time to grab some cold start in a can. There we go. That's the stuff. Walmart brand even. Oh yeah. I'm basically a wrecker bed now, powered by a 300. Right, Mango? Yeah. Half choke. Likes a little choke when she's cold. Who would have guessed? There's deck stain in there. She'll do, she'll do. That noise was just the starter staying engaged, but it's fine, I hope. Oh yeah, we're good. A little bit of choke. Will she do it? Alright, before I flood it out here. Reverse action. Oh, we got mobilatage. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh. That's a new noise. not sure. Batteries are optional on these units. Oh yeah. Get a bottle over that. Safety 100. Well, time for her first drive in my ownership. Well, I can't concur, she goes. Just all of it. Take her on a little cruise around the property. Come on, Mango. Let's go. Any self-respecting man who lives in the country always gets his mail on his lawnmower, tractor, and a dog. We went down. Wow. Nothing like a nice scenic cruise. Test out the mower. Gotta stop in the burnout paddock here. Oh, she don't want to do burnouts there. She wants to grip. She's actually one of them there power glides. It just goes. Oh, this is stuff. All right, just goes. Nice little scenic cruise. Nice PVC pile. Nice shooting target. Shed. Yeah. Look at this burnt sausage with legs. Yeah, I'm talking to you, Mango. Yes. Nice to meet you. Carry on.